course. And, oh yeah, Brock, they've won a couple of their own along the way, too. We're in the home of the Buccaneers, Tampa, Florida, and Raymond James Stadium. Savor them while you can, football fans. Just 2 weeks left in our regular season as we get underway in Week 17. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense up to the line fast.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 28-yard line. 70, Timberwolf. Bring it.
So the officials are officially on board tonight. For the first time, a flag flies. Somebody moved early. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Let's go now.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Catch made by Allen. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Burrow out of the shotgun. Jones reels it in. And he'll be just inside the 10 before he goes out. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. From the red zone now. He's on the move. And they will score. It's a Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 6-0 lead right away. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Now he's York to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. They get to him before that return can amount to much, just beyond the 15-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Going run again with Jacobs. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Well, after that play, training staff is headed out. That's one of their top guys who's shaken up. And they're going to need him back for the upcoming postseason. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Motioning right is Hopkins. Shotgun give now to Bigsby. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They run it again with Bigsby. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
1st and 10 from the 41. Now here's Wentz. Escapes the pocket. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So that brings up 2nd down.
A little bit of chaos, right? I mean, play breaks down, trying to find a connection and get on the same page, just couldn't do it. I'll tell you this, though, and what I do like is you live to play another down. You don't risk the interception, and you throw it out of bounds.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And he'll get it up to the 44. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
He lets a heater go deep, and there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Buccaneers take over as he records his 10th career INT. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Here we go.
Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's got this down to the 40. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Cowboy 80.
Play action now. Burrow. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over after his 9th interception of the season. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought that defenders are offensive guys in bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away. Talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. He picks up 8 on the run, and now they're going to have 3rd and 4. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. From the gun on 3rd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on 4th. To throw, Wentz. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out, well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Running on first here with Jacobs. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They'll have it 2nd and 8. They put a receiver in motion here left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
No, it's not a running back, but it's a receiver carrying across the market, Kate. I'm not even calling this a trick play anymore. It's about maximizing your resources and your asset, and this receiver shows you he can be a tool as a running back.
Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes them to 3rd and 5.
Well, that's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle them up before it came to fruition.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Running back sent in motion left. 3rd down from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They'll come up 1st and 10. Jacobs running behind center. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. They stick with Jacobs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
The 12-year vet strikes true. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Check go.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Allen on the catch. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
70 Timberwolf. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Buffalo 18.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. On the move, headed right. He's running with it. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Hawk 70.
Burrow setting up the play action. Has the connection to Jones. And they make the tackle at the 38. Offense in the hurry up here. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. And it's the Buccaneers with a 2nd and 7.
Hold it ready. Set. Bronco switch. 60 Eagle. Ready.
Throwing now off play action. Buying some time right. Firing one deep for the end. They connect on the deep shot. And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one right down the middle. And the Buccaneers drive their lead to 11. Now is York to kick this one away. Tucker now on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Handoff running left. Jacobs. And this one doesn't go far. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 38. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Let's go now.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Launches one deep downfield. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
The Commanders ready for the punt. And no doubt he wants a good start for himself here in prime time. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Come on. Set, go.
They go play action here. Forced out to his right. Pressure's there, and the Commanders got him. And they chase him out of bounds. That's going to be a sack. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Never ever a great look when your quarterback's picking himself up a few seconds into a drive. They're going to need a lot more fight on 2nd down and a whole lot of yardage to get this back on track.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Set up. Cowboy 80. Left leg 19.
Trying again following the sack. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. And he's there to send that one away. Incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Pressure's there, and the Commanders got him. He ends up out of bounds, but it's behind the line. That is a sack. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down. Tampa Bay in punt formation now. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. He's got this at the 27. Broke through the tackle. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Commanders will go on offense. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Second and 10 now. Flush down out to his left. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Timeout taken by the offense. They're second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive, because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Buccaneers will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right, you've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Let's go.
First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. We've got a screen to the running back. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try to field goal right now. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
60 Bison, 60 Bison, go!
Burrow from the gun. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short?
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Lightning 18, check out.
One final shot before halftime. Caught near the goal line. And forget the field goal, Brock. They reach the end zone to end this first half on a high note. We've seen him do a lot more to reach the end zone on a catch, Brock. That one was kind of fed right to him.
Yeah, they say the running backs have a nose for the end zone. You know who else does? Every skill guy out there,
Yeah.
because they want to put a touchdown on the board.
York now for the extra point. And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. On now is York to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Buccaneers take over on his 5th interception of the season. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
First down, Burrow to throw. Chased out to his right. He takes it himself. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Bails out of the pocket quick. And before he can get rid of it, he runs out of bounds. Could have just tossed it incomplete, Brock, but instead takes the sack and a big loss.
You know, in that situation, as hard as it is and everything flying around you, you just got to get rid of the ball. You got to know where you are. Not just wide receivers, but always got to know the boundary. Running backs and quarterbacks do. Looked like we saw a little bit of panic. Hits going out for the sack.
And he's brought down after a short gain.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on third down.
Fielding a miss, and they're headed the other way. There he goes, right sideline. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders start the second half with some needed points. Tyler Lockett, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders make it an 11-point ball game. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Chooses to bring this one out. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Roll, 70 Lions.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Finds a seam down the middle. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. York now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers push their lead to 18. On now is York to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Gets this to Johnson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And the Commanders will have a first. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. To throw is Wentz. taking a big shot for the end zone. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders shrinking the lead some in the third. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders make it an 11-point ball game. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Go.
Burrow out of the shotgun. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Burrow. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic first down. Running it after the penalty. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Working quickly here. Second and 12 behind the sticks. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Commanders have it as he records his 7th interception of the season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
He lets one fly deep downfield. He's got it inside the 25. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He finds Kincaid. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. Offense up to the line fast. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Handoff on second and short. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Completed to his running back. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Offense in the hurry up here. On first down, here's Burrow. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Here we go, set.
Burrow to the air now. Buys time, rolling right. And they will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers lengthen the lead at the end of the third. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yeah.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers drive their lead to 11. Now is York to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Here's Wentz. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
He finds Johnson. And a solid gain gets them across the 45 before he goes out. That's the end of the third on Sunday night. It's Commanders football, and they'll get to work, coming into the quarter trailing. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. They kick the running back in motion. To throw, Wentz. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Wentz set to pass. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Third and long for him here. He sends this one to the end zone. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that brings up 4th and long.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves touchdown. He had timed that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Now here's Wentz. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Buying some time left. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. So it's 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Burrow throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stays in the pocket. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
3rd and long. Here's Burrow. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Commanders have some new life in the 4th.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
He breaks the tackle. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Give him 6 yards on the run, so it's going to be 3rd and 5. Wentz to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love 3rd downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Desperation time here on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. What a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down and pull off the conversion. Handoff here to Jacobs. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
From the 18 on 2nd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except...
And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Buccaneers have it as he records his 7th interception of the season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Ready? 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Burrow setting up the play action. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And he makes the Huffs go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. He not only broke on it to make the pick, Brock, but he was on the move real quick, knowing short field, there's a great chance that he could take that one back for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. In this area of the field, an offense really only gets a second or 2 to react to that pick and get over and cut off his lanes, and if you don't, well, it's 6 the other way.
Trying for it on the ground. And he's into the end zone, so the 2-point try pays off. They cut the deficit to just a field goal here in the 4th. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Working quickly here.
The 35-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Play action now. Burrow. And they got there in time. He's taken down. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Buccaneers only up by a few. This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down.
Come on, set.
He's back to throw. He's on the move. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Escapes the pocket.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. First and 10 from the 41.
Cowboy 80.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
At the 44-yard
60
line.
by 6, 60 by 6.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Viking 18.
Back to throw. Cut near the goal line. And he will score. And with almost no time left, that should clinch the win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
Now he's York to kick this one away. Tucker now on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. All right, one more snap to play here. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Getting out to his left. Trying to push it deep downfield. He's got it inside the 25. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Sound the cannons, baby. The Buccaneers win it here in Tampa. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers winners. As with that, we sign off from Tampa.